Hello. First of all, go Chiefs. Second of all, if you're in the filmmaking world at all, or the YouTube world, big news today out of Dallas, Texas. MusicBed is offering a subscription service to filmmakers, to YouTubers, to any sort of content creator that is interested in using their music library. From the bottom tier of $9.99 a month for YouTubers, all the way up to $99 a month if you're a business making internal videos or just a freelance filmmaker making videos for business. $99 a month gets you access to, they say, almost their whole library. We haven't heard what artist has opted out of this service. The big wigs like Tony Anderson, Young Collective, Utah, they're all still in it. Jordan Kreitz is in it. I just did kind of a little scan today. I haven't seen who's not in it, and I'm sure I'll get there at some point, but this is a really big deal because MusicBed is a top 2 premier music licensing agency currently operating as a web-based click-to-license platform that also works with brands. The other one being Marmoset, which doesn't offer a subscription service. Now this is important for 2 reasons. One, somebody's now competing with Artlist. This is a really big deal. Artlist has kind of had the market for subscription music that was decently good. And there's a lot of crap on Artlist, but there's also a lot of really golden music. Now MusicBed, in my opinion, has a phenomenal library of very gifted artists. They're very artist-focused, which is important for people who also are artists like me. The other reason this is important is that MusicBed is showing that they're willing to adapt with the evolution of the industry, and that is so important for a brand, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of other people's opinions. The whole point of this video is just to be kind of my unfiltered opinion about this thing. It just happened today, Monday, September 24th, and I already signed up for the YouTube subscription at $9.99 a month. And I actually just paid 99 bucks a year. I paid yearly and I save what, like $1 a month. This is really important for me and I'm excited to check it out. So anyway, if you're a filmmaker, if you're interested in licensing, you can keep watching for my opinion or just click away and be done. And I'll see you later today or tomorrow with the Tascam DR10L settings video that I'm making right now. So a couple things struck me initially. The cost is incredibly low from what I expected. I expected at least $500 a month for the business one, for the freelance filmmaking one. I expected a little bit more for YouTube as well, because it's like, for Artlist, you pay $200 a year to get access to their entire library. With MusicBed, you pay $100 a year to get access to the majority of their library. Now, this is such a hard thing to compare. There are so many dynamics at play. MusicBed has a far superior licensing catalog with far superior artists. Artlist does not. They have less artists, less quality artists overall, even though there's some phenomenal stuff over on Artlist. And again, this is kind of like a head-to-head comparison in a way. The other thing about the MusicBed, if you ever want to use their music in paid advertising, you still have to pay for that. Even if you buy the freelance filmmaker level at $99 a month, or whatever that comes out to be a year, if your final track is going to be used in paid advertising or paid promotion somewhere on the web or for broadcast, you still have to pay for that. So that's the one catch. They're almost like bringing us in like an ice cream shop, giving away samples and then charging you for the cone, something like that. And I think that is 100% fair, and I think that should continue to happen. I think it's a shame that doesn't happen with Artlist, because artists deserve to be paid for the work that they make, especially musicians in 2018. So that's interesting to me that Artlist doesn't do that. I understand why. I mean, the quality is less, they're less artist-centric, even though they're trying to be and they're trying to promote their artists. Somebody over like Marmoset, where my music lives, that's an agency out of Portland, they do a lot less, in my opinion. I don't know any of this specifically, but it seems like they do a lot less small-scale licensing for freelancers, for wedding films, that kind of stuff, and they do a lot more brand work, where a brand is actually coming to them for a custom license and saying, hey, you know, we're Nike, we're Coca-Cola, we're making a spot for, you know, the September 29th NFL games and on CBS, and we'd like 30 seconds of a high energy track, whatever. Then they find one from their own artists and they pitch that out and split it 50-50, or they actually custom compose it. So I do know MusicBed does brand deals like that, but I would love to see who does more on that, because Marmoset's also killing it out there. And obviously I'm partial to them because I'm a part of their roster, and I'm very proud to be a part of their roster. I'm gonna be releasing a lot more music this fall to that roster once I get over this excessive creative block that I'm stuck in. But that's for another video. So I really think that my final thought on this whole thing is I hope this doesn't hurt the artists on the MusicBed. What would be the only way it would hurt the artist? Well, this could take away potential revenue from artists if they got a lot in those small-scale click-to-license applications like I mentioned, like wedding filmmakers, buying a bunch of wedding licenses, freelancers like me buying a bunch of $100 licenses for a nonprofit, or $200 to $300 corporate-style video licenses. The subscription service would eliminate that cost if it's not used in paid advertising. So the question is, how is MusicBed gonna pay their artists? If you're just a video maker, this isn't really of concern to you, but as a musician and someone who relies on licensing revenue, this is a big deal just to see how they're gonna compensate. I know that Artlist pays their artists per download, which is an odd way to do it, but how else are they gonna do it? And people are making decent money over there, but nobody's making a living. And so at MusicBed, many people are very much making a living. This is their livelihood. So will that affect that at all? Surely this wouldn't affect brand licenses and paid advertising like we mentioned. I just hope it is for the good of those artists, because I am artist-centric first. I would love to compensate an artist over getting free stuff any day of the week, because I am an artist and I support musicians getting compensated fairly for their work, something that has been very difficult across the years, across the spectrums for artists to get paid properly. Final thought is, the music industry, the film industry, all these creative industries are evolving at a very rapid pace, and individuals and companies and brands, if they're not willing to adjust or can't adjust, they will die. So it's nice to see a big brand like MusicBed. They're willing to move and change with the system as it goes. That's encouraging. I hope the best for their artists. It has obviously already benefited me as a filmmaker and especially as a YouTuber, as you're hearing MusicBed music underneath this video right now. Respect to Utah, love them so much. All that being said, I'll see you in the next video.